Okay, how all did Christmas go?
Well, we weren't throwing up, so that's a bonus. How was your Christmas, Janet?
Are we recording?
Yeah.
Oh.
When did you start that? Before you started
We
telling
actually
the
are
Puking
welcoming you.
story.
Kim doesn't realize yet you guys are here.
Hi. Good job, puppy.
Oh my
goodness, that is funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Sorry.
Well, and we got through most of Christmas until Christmas night. And then, like, I don't know what you guys do for Christmas, but we don't have pop ever. We don't have candy. We have chips once a week. And I dole it out to the kids. Like, this is your serving. It's not like they can go all hog on it because we're just really careful with sugar. We're not crazy, but we're careful. But Christmas, I put it all out there. And you guys have at her. And so then when Michael puked.
Oh.
So when he puked, I was like, well, it serves you right.
Yeah.
Like, learn some self-discipline. And then I sat and I talked to him about not eating all the candy at once. And he's like, okay, mommy, fine. And then he kept puking all night. I'm like, I don't think this is candy and cookies. God's like, no, it's candy and cookies. I'm like, I think you're in denial. And then we had one down. It was 24 hours each. It was like one. And then 24 hours later, it was another. And then 24 hours later, it was another. And then 24 hours later, it was me. And the other two never really got sick. They just had mild upset stomachs and were a little tired during that time, but they weren't hugging the porcelain king. Huggling. Yeah. No, other than that, Christmas was great.
You did lots of sewing.
I did. Yeah, I did. And then I now have 5 sewing machines in my house. I kid you
You
not.
have just as many sewing machines as children.
Yeah. One for each child, and they're all broken. I mean,
The sewing machines are broken.
Yes, the sewing
The children are.
So I pull out my machine, get halfway through my projects, it craters. And I was like, crap, pull out my mom's sewing machine, and it craters. I'm like, darn it. Phone my mother-in-law. I'm like, do you have a sewing machine I can borrow? Grant brings home another sewing machine. I get another 20 minutes in, that one fritzes out. I'm just like, ah. So I phone my mother-in-law. I'm like, hey, Grant's in town. If I call him, do you have any more sewing machines? So she sends home 2 more, and Grant comes in with these 2 sewing machines. He's like, what did you do? I don't know.
I feel like this is a really unique story.
So I did finish everything. And no, actually, there is a hooded towel stash that I forgot about. Thank you for reminding me.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to have it done by the end of the month because that's when the other family Christmas event is taking place. The last one.
We had a gift exchange, and there was all the laughing and joking, and it was really good.
Do you guys do like a Chinese gift exchange?
Is that what?
Where everybody goes under and they pick I don't know. If
So
that's the right
we
term.
did numbers, right?
Okay.
Where each one of us gets whatever you do, little papers. Everyone draws a number.
Yeah.
And the first one gets to
Steal a gift.
pick something under the tree, and then ever after that, you can either steal a gift that's open or pick.
Have you ever done that, Catherine?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We do a dice gift exchange now. So we roll the dice, and each number means a different thing. So it's like pass all the gifts. So everybody grabs the gift and unwraps it, and it's just a $10 item. And then you roll the dice, and it's like, and then we go from oldest down to youngest. And so it's like pass all the gifts to the left, pass all the gifts to the right, steal anyone's gift, or whatever, right? Like,
that's fun.
Yeah, so that's how we do it.
That was fun though. I loved going to the Adjourned Bethlehem. That's something I wanted to do forever. Like, I don't think I ever knew about it when I was a kid, but then when I got older, I was like, that sounds really cute. I want to go. I just never went.
Yeah.
And then probably because it was usually minus 20. So I was really thankful that it was warm enough to go. But what was fun is, like, you guys really inspired me to not be a Grinch, but to, like, make things fun, right? And so when I told the kids that we were going to go to, I told them we were going to go to Bethlehem. Right? We're going to Bethlehem tonight. And they're like, what? And like my 4-year-old bought it. She's like, we're going to Bethlehem. Like where baby Jesus was born, right? Where he grew up. That's where he grew up.
That's so
So, and then the older ones are kind of like, what? I'm like, it's a time warp. Okay. So that was fun. But then it really brought it to life for the kids. Like, just to be able to walk through it and see all these little pieces of it. And for myself too, actually. Not realizing what was going on in the world when Jesus came into the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
We don't usually get a really good glimpse. Like the story is like, you read a little bit about Herod and a few details, but you don't really get the full picture. So I love the play because you get a better idea of what's going on
and
at
you're
that time.
immersed in it. It's not you're just not watching it. You're immersed in it. You're
Right.
the travelers,
Right? And you're kind of talking to the different characters, the different people, and my kids had some really great questions afterwards. I'm trying to remember what they were now. I think, oh shoot, Ian asked a question.
Is that fun shrieking? How many kids are in the basement?
8.
There's
There's
8 kids in the basement. We're trying to decipher shrieking.
I'm actually surprised we've been able to talk this long right now.
Yeah.
Yay!
That's impressive.
Cheers, ladies.
Yeah.
Success.
Oh, here we go.
I loved that your kids, when he was asking the questions about Jesus, like, he didn't stay a baby. He grew up to be our Savior, and he died on the cross. Like, Ian was, like, answering the questions, and he's like, I know this.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so cute.
That is
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah, and it's just really cool to connect, because so often the story of baby Jesus is baby Jesus, and you don't actually make those connections of that he grew up and became the Savior and our Savior, and yeah, it's just kind of neat to make those connections.
How did your kids respond to, because you said you weren't as grinchy,
Yes.
and you said there was some new stuff you tried, like the cookie decorating.
Yes.
How did your kids respond to that?
They did love it. Yeah, they did love it. I'm still, like, I'm trying to decide how much of my grinchiness is, like, uptight personality versus, like, wounds that need healing. You know, because sometimes
There could
I'm
be a
just freaking
combo in
uptight.
there.
Right?
Yeah.
Pardon?
Yeah, there could be a combo.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't thoroughly enjoy that kind of stuff myself. Well, and then, like, when the oldest one, or, you know, the 10-year-old is, like, piling on the icing to the point where there's probably not going to be enough icing for the other kids, you know, you're just like, ugh. That was a little bit, yeah, I just don't know how to respond in those situations, because, you know, people always post these pictures and these things of all these nice family things, but, like, it's chaos.
It
Oh,
is
yes.
It's freaking chaos. There's crap everywhere.
And they don't show the
it's
cleanup,
stressful.
like,
Right?
after.
No. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's a
So
ton of work involved. Yeah.
I'm glad we did the cookies. I'm glad I didn't spend hours making the cookies and like, the gingerbread stuff. Because I was just like, I think I would have been super disappointed if I could.
That is mine.
Yes, because it's one thing if you're decorating cookies with one child
Yeah.
versus decorating cookies with 4 children, all at
Totally.
different stages.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm glad we did it. When I saw the cookie kit, I'm like, okay, that's something I can do. And the kids were thrilled, and all the cookies ended up getting eaten because we ended up feeding them to the youth group that one night too.
Oh,
So-
cool. Fantastic. Nice.
Yay! Because I also,
Awesome.
that's the other thing that I struggle with is I hate waste. And so, like, Christmas, people go, like, to all the extremes, buy all the things, and then there's so much waste. So that's the other thing that I struggle with it. So I don't mind buying the things if it's not going to just be thrown out the next day or, you know, a month later or whenever you find it. But,
See, I don't mind throwing mine out, but I throw it to the chickens. They love gingerbread.
and all the icing and all that.
Never,
We'll keep that in mind. There we go. Nothing goes to waste when you have chickens.
when you have chickens.
Okay, we're solving all the problems, Janet. I love it. Yeah. No. Yeah, and I made the best out of our, like, it was such a weird, I've made peace with the fact that my family does not know how to, like, whatever. We really struggle to make plans. Like, there's so many people with so many schedules, and there doesn't seem to be anyone who takes charge to make the plans. And so I just made peace with that. And so I just like made plans with individuals and was like, hey, does it work to get together this day? And then the next one I made it. So I made a bunch of different plans to get together with a bunch of different people at a bunch of different times.
Yeah.
And that worked really nice actually, because then we got to, instead of cramming 20 people into the same space at the same time and you don't actually get a chance to visit, that was one thing that I'm really glad that we did over the holidays.
You have a better visit actually when they're smaller.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Smaller groups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was busy by the end. I'm like, okay, I'm Christmased out. But it was good to see all the people again. Yeah. So, do we have any takeaways for next year? Anything we want to remind each other of?
So, I think because of, what would you call it? Like, just difficulties in life over a period of time. The traditions and stuff, I didn't even want to do it. Like, as a child, loved it. Like, thrived on it. And then the desire of even wanting to do it went away. I did it, but kind of probably more grinchy, you know?
Yeah.
Like, maybe not externally, but definitely in my heart. And this year, a little bit last year, but this year even more, I just kind of embraced. So we just did like, I don't know, what did you call it? Like, it's like Christmas vomited all over your house.
Yes, I love it.
There's all like the child messy decor, tacky, whatever. But
Best memories for Joe ever.
I love your construction paper. And is it Fruit Loops or buttons? No,
it's buttons. It's buttons.
Decorations.
Yeah.
Are really cute.
Yeah. So I just chose to embrace it. Because then again, I feel like, honestly, maybe everyone should do this, but you have older kids who leave home, and then you're like, what the heck happened? You know, but then I've got another one. Right?
You're telling me to have a kid in 5 years?
Yeah, because like now it's
Have a
like,
kid every 5 years and you're good.
we can do all the mess. We can do all the tacky stuff because they're going to be gone one day, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, I just embraced the, not every moment and not every day. And so there were a couple of days that it was like, I am done with this. But for the most part, I just embraced it. Like, okay, yep, oh, you're right. We could decorate the windows today. Yeah, you're right. We could do some snowflakes. And just, usually, it doesn't even take that long.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Right? You sit down for 30 minutes together, and I think it fills her bucket, creates Christmas memories, and honestly, it warms my heart too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So that was really nice. Yeah.
For me, it was, I'm always kind of trying to replicate my childhood for my kids, and it's so overwhelming. I don't know how my mom did it. Like, she was amazing, and made everything so magical and beautiful. And I was a December 24th baby, and my brother's a December 24th baby. I've got, so there's two of us, and we didn't have big parties. That was just never a family thing. But what Mom did do is we didn't have to work that day. Like, I didn't even have to set the table on my birthday. So you could sleep in, you could do whatever you wanted on your birthday. And I got to eat whatever I wanted on my birthday. But so did my brother the day before Christmas. So Mom, I can remember one meal. This is how insane it was. And neither one of us are working. And so she made pork chops, steak, Yorkshire pudding, homemade noodles, all the sides, and 2 separate birthday cakes the day before Christmas, as well as making sure that our gifts were wrapped in birthday paper, not Christmas paper.
Aww.
Right? And then she did all the other things, the gingerbread houses, there was Christmas lights around every room. There was like a train around the base of the tree that the presents were stacked around. There was constant music. There, like, everything. It was like, there was the Christmas baking. She did it all while working 2 jobs, volunteering in church and school.
That is,
and
I don't know if
Did
that's
she sleep?
replicatable.
No. See, and that's what I'm trying to figure out right now.
This is what she was like.
Right? So where's that balance between, like, those things must have brought her joy.
They
right?
did. She was a child at heart.
Right.
And she loved to play with us.
Right.
Right?
Wow.
Like, it gave her joy to play with us and to do these things with us and to be the one in charge of the teen Christmas play. She would write the play, direct the play. Like, she did all the things. I'm not that woman. But yet I want that magic for my kids. So then I feel this crazy amount of pressure. So I'll start a project. And she sewed all our Christmas presents.
I can't even. I'd love to sit down and have a real conversation with her. God. maybe in heaven.
Maybe. I hope.
How did she do that?
One day she'll be like, I didn't. I don't know what I was talking about. But no,
It's
she
all
did.
your imagination.
We all agree with it. She did. All my siblings.
Oh my
And I mean, there was 9 of us. There's a lot of kids. So then, I have 5 kids, and I want to replicate this life that I lived and this beautiful childhood, and I just can't. So then I would start a project, and I would start, the overwhelm would start, and I get so overwhelmed I could hardly breathe, and I'd be cranky, and then I'd want to cry and scream, and yet I love Christmas, and I love all the things. So what I had to learn is, like what you said, like I didn't bake the gingerbread and cut out the pattern like my mom did. I went and I spent the money on a gingerbread kit, and I threw it on the table, and I went and read a book while the kids decorated.
You didn't play with the kids?
No, I let them at it. I helped them
That's
set it
awesome.
up. I took the pictures, and then I left, and I had my moment. And so
That's
it was like, yes, embrace the tradition, embrace the beauty of the childhood I had, but realize I'm not my mother. I will not be my mother, and that's okay.
Right.
And I can honor her memory while still maintaining my sanity.
Mm-hmm.
And same with like the sewing.
Yeah.
My mom sewed everything, so it's part of why I like sewing at Christmas. But I don't have to sew everyone a shirt and a skirt, and I pick easy projects that I can get through in 20 minutes or less.
Wow.
And then I am done. And if I don't finish the project, it gets put up till next year. I have a scrap quilt I've been working on for 3 years now, and it gets pulled out at Christmas. Every Christmas. One day it will be done. Just not yet.
Wow.
So that's my main thing.
Yeah.
Hold loosely
Right.
to the traditions that give me joy.
The other thing that I took away was it's best to not watch them decorate.
Walk away. Read a book. Watch
Hand
some
them-
YouTube.
Hand them the stuff. Enjoy!
Yeah.
It was flashcards.
Because honestly, if I hadn't watched Logan load the cookie up with all the icing, I probably would have come to it later. I'm like, oh, that's cute. But just watching him pile it on, I'm like,
Good takeaway. That's awesome.
Don't watch them decorate. Yes.
Just
Yeah.
look away.
Yeah, and some of the most basic things give you so much joy. Like the journey to Bethlehem.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
It was really basic. It was easy. It was free. It was a
Yeah.
free night.
Yeah.
Taking the kids to see the Christmas lights.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys get them, Marco, where they're shrieking?
Yes.
Like they're out and not just the 4-year-old,
Right?
the 15-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that, right? And all
Well, that
through
one
the
place
night.
is pretty shriek-worthy.
It is.
Wow.
There's a train, an actual train, and that whole evening, it was 45 minutes extra in town. Not really that big of a deal. And the whole time, Lexi kept going, I'm so happy.
Oh, that's fun.
But the thing too is the Christmas lights. That's something my dad used to do with us, and they got such joy every time. So every Christmas program at the church, right after we would spend an hour looking at Christmas lights. It was a family tradition. So halfway through, I'm like, oh, this is so fun. But halfway through, it really hit me, the nostalgia. And then it was like, I was glad it was dark because I was crying through it. I miss my mom. I miss
Right.
being the kid in the back. I don't want to be the adult in the driver's
Nobody
seat.
wants to be the adult.
No. I just want to be a
Oh my
kid again
goodness.
with my mom and my dad,
Right.
right? Just for a moment. But that was also something beautiful. Like you said, we all have wounds we carry into Christmas. And crying over that helps you heal, and then you can embrace your joy a little bit.
Right.
We went to a candlelight Christmas Eve service, and
Was it actually candlelight or was it just
it was.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It actually was okay.
Okay.
So for
Yeah,
maybe
I've actually
60
never done
seconds of candlelight,
But either way.
but
yeah.
still, where you light the person's candle next to you.
Aw,
So
that's
that was so
beautiful.
reminiscent of my childhood. And I was like, so then when we lit the candles, and then even for some of the songs too, like the kids, whatever, doing their songs, then I would get all teary. I was like,
Right?
why am I crying?
Yeah.
And then Joni would kind of look over, she's like, she's crying again. She's crying again. So then when we get home, I'm like, so how was that? Because that was her first candlelight service, because we haven't been going, or they haven't had them, or I don't know which. But anyway, it was her first one. She's like, it was kind of boring.
This is so wonderful. And Joe was like, okay, when is it?
Yeah. That was awesome.
But maybe
But you know
those
what?
songs don't mean as much to her yet.
Well, I think
Right.
as a kid, I found it all boring until we lit the candles. Like,
yeah.
I forgot that it didn't actually mean anything to me until in reflection,
Okay.
right? Yeah. So might be building some things into our kids that don't mean that much now, and later they're going to be like, I want to do all the things my mom did.
Yes.
So make sure we don't set the standard too high for them.
Right. That's a good point.
Yeah. So I think, next year hold loosely, but still enjoy the traditions. Learn when to walk away and not look. Just don't
Just look away.
Something I want to do better next year is like actually go to bed, like take better care of myself,
Yeah.
Right.
because I did eat really crappy, and I think that's probably every year, but it's not actually as satisfying and gratifying as I think, right?
I
And so
know,
I actually
yeah.
shifted partway through where it's like, I don't have to wait until January 1st to start taking better care of myself. But I didn't shift the sleep thing, so I'll get back into going to bed when I should go to bed and really actually take care of myself so I don't break down.
Yes. Yeah. That's a good point. Something we all can take away from for sure. And Happy
Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Yes.